With the federal government just hours away from a potential shutdown, the blame game on Capitol Hill has now reached a climax.
Risking the jobs and paychecks of thousands of federal workers. Our Washington correspondent Amy Liu is live on Capitol Hill. Amy, we know a key vote is not too far away, but it's just as both sides appear to only be digging in.
Yeah, exactly right, Kathleen and Scott. We know that the Senate is set to vote on this key bill at any minute now on whether to keep the government funded and open. But in an already long day of rising tensions here on Capitol Hill, Democrats and Republicans appear to still be very far apart on reaching any sort of deal. At the end of this, it has become a game of chicken on who exactly will cave first before the midnight deadline when the government officially shuts down. Democrats blame Republicans for the standoff. They say the House passed bill, a temporary solution keeping the government funded for another 7 weeks, ignores demands to protect health care, including reversing cuts to Medicaid and extending Affordable Care Act subsidies to keep health insurance premiums from potentially skyrocketing. Republicans, on the other hand, including President Donald Trump, blaming Democrats for manufacturing a crisis and weaponizing a government shutdown. They argue their temporary solution buys more time to negotiate.
You have the same leverage then that you have right now, and we have until the end of the year to fix the ACA credit issue. And we're happy, as I said yesterday, and I've said on multiple occasions, to sit down with you to do that.
All they want to do is force us, try to bully us, and they're not going to succeed, into taking their partisan bill, take it or leave it.
Yeah, there is a new estimate from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office that found every day roughly 750,000 federal workers could be furloughed, aka sent home without pay until a government shutdown ends. Back to you.
And Amy, we're also focusing on the cost of a potential shutdown. What is the price tag in terms of paying back those furloughed employees and the impact to the economy as a whole?
It could be a pretty steep price tag. By law, furloughed employees must receive back pay once a government shutdown ends. And according to this same CBO estimate, it found that every day the total daily cost is going to be at roughly $400 million. Again, that is each day. And that cost, according to the report, could fluctuate based on the extent and duration of this government shutdown and the fact that the Trump administration is threatening to potentially lay off a lot of these federal workers. The report also looked at an analysis back in the last government shutdown. That was in 2018, and it found that $3 billion were permanently lost. That means it was never fully recovered, and that actually took a hit to the annual GDP for 2019 of 0.02%. Back to you.
All right, Amy Liu reporting live for us tonight. Thank you. So here in Maine, what does that look like? Here's the countdown clock. Our Gets the Facts data team able to get a closer look at the impact a government shutdown might have right here in Maine. First, how common is it, right? Well, since 1977, when Congress began setting deadlines for itself to pass federal budgets, there have been 20 funding gaps. 10 of those led to a partial or full government shutdown, with agencies closing and employees furloughed. What about right here in Maine? Well, here's what we know about the federal workforce all across the state. Maine has roughly 14,000 federal workers. That's 1,008 federal employees per 100,000 people. Nationally, that's a pretty high figure, ranking Maine 12th in the U.S. for federal employees per capita. These numbers updated within the last 6 months. Some institutions have already started working on those contingency plans, including the University of Maine system, which says it's communicating and working on a plan to contend with the impact. More than 2,900 faculty, staff, and student workers there are fully or partially funded through federal sources.